Alright, so boom. It's time to finally talk about the worst songs from what many people call a legendary artist that was taken from us too soon, XXXTentacion. This ranking will include songs from his mixtape Revenge, the EP A Ghetto Christmas Carol, his two albums 17 and Question Mark, and his two posthumous albums, Skins and Bad Vibes Forever. And yes, I already know, X had no creative control on Bad Vibes Forever. His label put that together. I know that. I'm including it anyway. I just won't blame him, okay? This ranking won't include any of the introduction tracks where he's just talking, the Love Yourself interlude from Question Mark, as that's not really structured as a song, like half the track is just a phone call playing. Nor will it include the interlude that never ends from Bad Vibes Forever, because his label really just took one line and played it non-stop for over 2 minutes. But this will include other interludes like Dead Inside from 17 and Difference from Skins. I had to listen to 70 songs for these videos, and this video is all the songs that I don't like by X. If you want to hear the songs I do like, then check out the best XXXTentacion songs in the description and pinned comment. Let's get it on. Straight to the whack tier. These are the worst XXXTentacion songs of all time in my opinion. Straight like that. I don't care how you feel or if you disagree. These songs in this tier are garbage to me. This music video is a million times better than the song itself. It's actually ridiculous how weak this song is compared to the video. The two songs right before Bad on the track list, I enjoyed those. Like a song like Train Food is fire, spoiler alert. So when I got to Bad, I was like, whoa, my mind was in awe. Like I went, there is no way that this is the most popular song on this album. This is even good. I think this song got as popular as it did thanks to the music video contest that came with it, because the song itself, there is no way y'all telling me this is a great song. His mumble singing is whack. Something like that. Like, no. The end of his incredibly short verse, you can't even hear him because he's mumbling so bad. The only good part about this song is the end of the chorus where he sings. That part sounds really good, but everything else, I tried to give Bad multiple chances and it's not clicking. I'm sorry, y'all. This song is ass to me. I usually don't include interludes in my song rankings, but I'm including Dead Inside because this track has the same structure as most of his other songs and it's almost the same length. This song is just as long as tracks like Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares, Pain Equals Best Friend, and Orlando. So even though it's just a single verse and that's it, I'm making a special exception and including it because most X tracks are this short. Now, I have a pretty strong opinion on the Dead Inside interlude. The reason I dislike it is the exact reason why some of y'all may rock with it. And it's the fact that X's singing is terrible on here. But because of how emotional the song is and the piano production, some people may be able to look past that because the song hits them hard enough emotionally. I get why people would enjoy this because I feel like that with Stronger Than I Was by Eminem. Eminem singing on that song is horrible, but the production and how powerful he's singing on there makes the song sound good to me. But when it comes to this track by X, I can't look past how bad these vocals are. The lyrics are fine, I just really don't like how he slurs his lines on here. Where was I when you was feeling all you really said? Like, it may grow on me, but at this point, this song is ass, and it's one of the worst tracks from the 17 album. I said this before in my Am I Sleeping on X video. This song has absolutely nothing to do with the victims of the Parkland shooting. The reason why I believe that is because you can remove that incident from happening. Like if the shooting never occurred, this track would be exactly the same. This song is literally about what most of his other songs are about. Not wanting to be alive anymore, going through sad times, and him saying he wants to help others get through their hard times. He has many of songs like this. Like every single line in this song, you could erase that tragedy from history and all of these lines would be the same. I think this is one of his generic sad songs that he already had made, and then when the tragedy unfortunately happened, he just threw that connection in there at the beginning, but he didn't make this song for them. Y'all can disagree all y'all want, but I don't care. Ever since I first heard this song, this has always been one of my least favorite songs from him. This song sucks. Along with Hope, this is another song I covered on my channel before. I thought it was bad then, and I still think that. That goofy style he does is not it. Playing with the mind on the beat, oh I. Shorty wanna swallow up the meat, oh I. Shorty wanna swallow up the meat, oh I. I got a dip in my sock, oh yeah. She want the crack of the rock, I pull up, I'm like, She pull up, I'm like, I honestly do not see how y'all listen to this and say, man, X is a legend. I'm so sad that he's gone. Oh, this is not the song y'all should be saying that to.
Yeah, you know I smashed, so I put her in a pass. Yeah, I put her in a smash.
R.I.P. to PNB Rock and X, but I cannot lie. This song is outrageously fucking boring. No question about it. This is one of the most boring songs that either one of these dudes have made. An extremely simple song about smashing a baddie and then not talking to her again. Like, this is legitimately a song I can't even look at as okay. Like, this sucks to me. If she don't feel no pain, she might be insane. Go to this some rain, pussy lemonade. Like, these vocals, this delivery, this subject matter, everything about this song is so whack.
Dog,
that long ass part in the middle of the song where he's just going dun, 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 for 26 long seconds drags this song down a lot. It wasn't good before that anyway. The entire track is a super throwaway. It's the exact same chorus over and over and over and over again, to the point where I honestly will say this song is kind of torture to listen to, because the guitar and the dun, dun, dun gets frustrating to hear after you've heard it once. I'm surprised this song isn't titled as an interlude, because it sounds like all of his other interludes with just a guitar and his voice. But Numb the Pain is a song I have to consider whack instead of just okay, because it's the same old, same old. By the time I got to the end of Bad Vibes Forever, this was like the umpteenth time I heard a song of him just singing with a guitar ballad. So this song is lazy as hell to me, as his label didn't even try to do anything different.
Can't seem to explain anything going on in my...
This beat does not match X's vocals at all. Holy smokes. You could have told me this was on Bad Vibes Forever and I would have believed you. That's just how unfitting this combination is. I get this man wanted to try something different, and it's very obvious that he wanted to try something different than he usually does, but it's way too jarring on Looking for a Star. The combination of this poppy production and the heavy effects on X's singing, I was disgusted. The subject matter of this song is actually fine, but this production with X's singing made me go, oh, hell no. And yeah, that's it for the whack tier. Those 8 songs are terrible to me. On to the mid songs. From this point forward, none of the songs I'm about to talk about I think are bad or garbage or nothing like that. These are simply tracks by XXXTentacion that after I listened to them several times, I went, this song is okay. All of these songs are whatever, in my opinion. When I listened to Moonlight, I finally had a big realization about something with how I feel about X's music. And this is some honest stuff I'm about to say. I'm not the biggest fan of this guy's singing. I'm not. He has moments where his singing sounds beautiful and it makes you feel what he's saying so much more. But there's other times I'm like, oh my gosh. I just make like a face of disgust because I don't like how he sounds. This very song is the perfect example of that. His singing on the verse is really good. Feel like I'm destined, I don't need no Smith & Wesson now. But his singing on the bridge is ridiculous. That type of singing where he's like, oh no, call my phone, let me feel right. Like when he uses that style, it's terrible to me. I want to like this song because the production is there, the subject matter is there. I guess Moonlight isn't about anything special that he hasn't already talked about, but the way he sings just ruins it for me.
Can't keep my dick in my pants.
The song that put XXXTentacion on the map. I was not expecting for this song to be as underwhelming as it was. Before working on this video, I have never actually listened to this song in full. So when I did finally listen to it, I was like, yo, this beat is cold, but this track is pretty weak. The first verse is iconic, but the whole song, it felt like I was listening to X moan in my ear for some parts. Because the song is so sex heavy, the whole thing is like, look at me, fuck on me, look at me, fuck on me. After fully listening to Look at Me, I was like, wow, like this is the song that everybody was going crazy over? I don't even speak Spanish. LOL is like one of X's worst songs by default. Y'all ever heard how people say, oh, a song isn't necessarily bad, but it is kind of bad because of who it's made by? Like, the song kind of sucks because it was made by this person or because of the album that it's on. That's what this track is for X. The song is a smooth little Spanish dancing vibey track, but what the hell does this have to do with X or have to do with the Question Mark album? This was a very weird attempt to try a new style, and the fact that this album is loaded with songs about heartbreak, about fighting demons and sadness, to have a Spanish dance song on here and try to pass it off as, oh, I'm just being versatile. In this case, nah, bro, no, you're not. This song legitimately sounds like X stole a song from a Spanish artist and threw his own verse at the end and claimed it as his own. This would be like if Quavo or Offset just took a generic country song from a country artist and threw their own verse on it to fit in. I got the Maybach out back, shawty, I can treat you right. Have you dripped up? Have you covered up in nice? You would hear a song like that and be like, what the hell is these niggas doing? That's how this track is. Does the song sound bad? Absolutely not. It doesn't have any dumb lyrics. It doesn't have a trash beat, none of that. And that's the reason why it's not in the whack tier, but this is one of the songs in the mid tier that was extremely close to being in whack, because this song even existing and being on this album makes absolutely no sense. Now, I feel about this song the same way I feel about Hope. How I said, in terms of what he's singing about, it doesn't make sense that the song is dedicated to someone else. The track is dedicated to, and supposedly, about the girl Jocelyn Flores, but when you listen to the words, it doesn't have anything to do with her. It's a track about getting your revenge on a past lover that hurt you, even if you're hurting yourself in the process, thus digging a grave for the both of us, like he said. Him connecting the song to Jocelyn's death and saying, I'ma get my revenge on the world for what happened to you, I feel like that's a massive reach. This song sounds better than Hope though. That's why it's in the mid tier. The singing is better, and I like the layered vocals where it sounds like it's two XXXTentacion singing together. This song is literally an attention-seeking song, with X singing about how he's a very commanding person and that when you see him, you better pay attention to him and respect him. And if you don't respect him, you're gonna face consequences. This is really a whatever song to me.
Yeah, feeling right. Yeah, keep it quiet.
This beat by Oh My God, Ronnie is cold, but I don't care for X's performance at all. The singing on the hook is very weak. His verses don't sound as bad, but it's not enough to save the whole song. I really don't like the through the day and night, through the day and night, through the day and night. I don't even like this entire EP. I'm about to talk about the 4 songs that I don't like on the project right now. So if you know the track list by heart, the one that I don't include, you'll know that's the one I like after seeing these next 3 songs.
Genuine diamond, look on my mind, where can I find this future? Step in your mind, or you will be blinded, trapped in a mind that flies within.
This was the very first song that reminded me of X's 2017 SXL freestyle. With how he sounded on there, he sounds exactly the same on this, and rapping about the government like he did on that freestyle. Discussing how the youth need to learn to break free from the evil minds of people in office, and that although they look like they're doing good deeds for the country, they're actually poisoning everyone's mind. The lyrical content is there, but the performance isn't. This song is boring as shit to me.
Red light, let that bitch go at the red light, big bite.
By the time I got to Red Light, that's when I was looking at a Ghetto Christmas EP and went like, okay, he clearly just went to the studio and just did whatever silly stuff he felt like doing. Red Light is seriously one of the most random songs he has, and it just filled with nonsense. Yes, I'm dripping like I'm Fiji. My wrist froze, I'm freezing. I made this shit look easy. Red Light is only a minute long, and it's so pointless. I hit that bitch with a wood. I don't even know why this exists. This song sounds like a WWE theme song. I'm for real. Like, when I hear this beat, that's all I can think of. This sounds like Kane would come out to this. Crazy enough, everything I said about Red Light being a very pointless song and whatnot applies here as well. There's really nothing to talk about for this song. This is one of those tracks where it has a slow build up and X is singing at the beginning, and then out of nowhere he starts screaming on the track, and it's very abrupt. And as you see, with it being this tier, it didn't work for me. I don't like this song. This song is exactly the same as Indecision. Like, no BS. A somber rock beat in the back, X talking about heartbreak and his emotions at the beginning of the song, and then at some point he starts screaming. Travis Barker did a nice job on the drums. The song ain't bad, it's just one of his screaming songs where I go, whatever.
I was staring at the sky.
Yeah, just like Indecision, just like Pain Equals Best Friend. The screaming, metal, XXXTentacion is not one that I'm a fan of, so you can keep this song just like you can keep the other two. We have another song where the screaming ruined it. Now, I'm actually impressed with how X can drastically change his emotions, and the outburst on the bridge with the metal sounding screams shows that in a good way. Now, the first part with him syncing his vocals, I'm sure this was done on purpose, but his vocals are so low, like he recorded this while being in the bottom of a well. They're very muffled. And the screaming part has no replayability. After hearing that a couple of times, I don't want to hear that again.
Break my heart.
Okay, I have to be full-blown honest here. Orlando is one of the most boring songs in this man's catalog. The piano sounds great, but weirdly enough, that's part of the reason it's so boring. Because it's just a slow piano ballad with X's usual sadness lyrics. Considering that this is the second to last track on the project too, almost every other song on the album is the same thing. So by the time I got to Orlando, I just shrugged like, okay, this one is pretty basic. I also don't usually think X is too try-hard with his lyrics. I believe that X is very genuine and honest, but there is one line in here that is so jarring and so bad. When I heard that, I was like, okay, now I see why he be getting hit with those fake deep criticisms. And it was when he said, nobody wants death because nobody wants life to end. That line was honestly very corny and was a try-hard attempt of being deep. Nobody wants death because nobody wants life to end is like saying, I want to live because I don't want to be dead. Like, well, duh. So Orlando wasn't it for me. Yeah, they tried it. They tried it. This instrumental was good, and that's the only reason why it's not in the whack tier. This is dreadful.
Okay, get my vibe, yeah, you gon' die, yeah. Rest on ice, ain't it nice?
This song being called Kill My Vibe is super ironic because Tom G came in sounding like Anderson .Paak on hella amounts of drugs. His voice may have to take some time to grow on me, but as of now, I couldn't stand it. Unfortunately, his flows were really good. I have to give him that. And outside of the man, my jeweler iced me like a game of freeze tag and I'm it line, Tom's lyrics weren't bad either. I just can't stand how he sounds. X only has the chorus, then it's 2 verses by Tom G, so yeah, that sucks.
Peek in her mouth, she say it tastes like sucking banana or Tropicana or fan or bust all in the dinner, then I'm skating.
This is a song that I would easily say is disrespectful to X's legacy, and that's because Craig Zen sounded way better than him. X sounded like he had a scratchy ass throat on this. The second half of this song is completely unnecessary, off of the fact that they took a fast-paced track like this, and then after a minute and 45 seconds, out of nowhere, they threw one of X's generic guitar ballad harmonies in there. Craig Zen honestly helped this song a lot. This would be in the whack tier if he wasn't on here. Yeah, X and Kanye West is one of many collaborations I wasn't expecting to come across. But I surprisingly like Kanye's verse on this. Unfortunately, I think it was a waste for Ye to use this verse on here because this verse was way too good to be on one of X's screamo new metal tracks. This dun 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 with Kanye does not match well at all, and it makes the song hard to listen to. This is one of the songs where it really felt like I was listening to the exact same lines over and over again for about 2 minutes. Heart eater, why'd you eat my heart alive? Still breathing, why you looking so surprised? Heart eater, tried, but you would not suffice. This is one of the cases from this album where looping the same lines didn't work. I was listening to Heart Eater like, alright, this is starting to get boring. This music video was pretty gruesome, and it was a good idea to put Geneva herself in there since she was a big cause of a lot of the mental problems X suffered from. This track also marked the beginning of a 5-song drought on Bad Vibes Forever. The last 5 songs on here, I disliked all of them, with Numb the Pain being one of them that was already in the whack tier. Heart Eater is another, so let me talk about the other 3.
What the nigga say, hey, wanna fight me? I don't want home, I don't go home, take it all home, get a call home.
X and Joyner Lucas flows are actually really good on this track. I just don't care for it because there's nothing about it that grabs me that much. None of the lyrics make me laugh, none of the lyrics are hard hitting. So although they was both flowing like crazy, I just hear it as a regular brag rapping kind of song. This nigga sounds like a death metal version of Yellow Wolf. I I didn't like this song at all. In terms of the theme of the song and the genre it's not a bad track. Fane's voice is just ridiculous. Fuck the government with the trust that all the people want to know where the love's at. I was looking at this song as one of the blatant cash grabs by his label. Even though that's the whole album, Chase Glass Shards had me like, did y'all need to make this? This is the worst final song on any of X's projects. It ain't that bad, but I'll much rather listen to Indecision, What Are You So Afraid Of, Before I Close My Eyes, and R.I.P. Roach more than this.
Hey, came from the dirt, you can't hit my perk. Said my diamonds wetter than some sweat, absurd.
Just because I said I'd rather hear R.I.P. Roach more than It's All Fading to Black doesn't mean I like the song. Disregarding my usual hatred for Ski Mask or Some God, I wanted this song to be cool. I will say I enjoy Ski Mask part more than X's because this song was an easy example of how the screaming rap can be too much. I can deal with it for a few lines, but X's entire verse is like, pussy boy talk reckless, he might end up on the stretcher. Oh, for with my set, you get wet like a pussy, yo. An entire verse sounding like that kind of made me go, no, you can keep this. And here we go, the Not For Me tier. I got 5 songs to talk about. These 5 songs here are tracks that I will admit are good. These are better than the mid songs. I just have my reasonings for why I don't like the track myself. But if you think these 5 songs are top tier X, I totally see why. Let's check them out. This is a song that I have always seen praised as a top 3 track from him. So I was expecting this track to be great, and I was surely let down. In terms of the story of the girl, Jocelyn Flores, and how X felt so empty because he could relate to her depression and struggles, and then talking about his uncle that he lost as well, lyrically this song is good, and that's why I said it's not for me. But the slow guitars on the production don't hit. X's singing surely didn't hit. I'm stuck thinking about her again. I already know somebody is going to use the excuse of X is singing from a point of view of pain, depression, a lot of emotion. It's not really supposed to sound good. It's his raw feelings. And although I understand why y'all say that, that's such a cop-out response. Like, some of his singing on here is not good, but this song has better content than some of his other tracks. And yes, as you could have guessed, since I'm not really a fan of Jocelyn Flores, I'm not really that fascinated by this song either. These 2 songs are connected because the sample of Guardian Angel is actually the instrumental for Jocelyn Flores in reverse. I've watched multiple YouTube videos about this song, reactions and breakdowns and whatnot, and everyone was saying that he has a hidden message within it, talking about his own death amongst other things. And if that's what y'all are hearing, then yeah, sure. How this song was made, the lyrics and the flows that he has are certainly highlights, and that's the reason why it's good. But the production with the reversed vocals don't sound that nice to me, and I don't really care for the whole this song has a hidden message within it thing. Schizophrenia is the perfect example of a song where I can give credit where it's due. It's in this tier because I would never listen to something like this. I'm not that heavy into the rock sound, but this rock sound sounds really good. X's voice sounds so good over the drums and the guitars. There's another mind deep in me, don't know what's gotten into me. That actually sounded good. I would never play this song, but it's definitely a good song.
Some say the best sex come from back stress, and I need to just fling up draws and red dress. She about color.
Yeah, man. This was another song from Bad Vibes Forever where X sounds like a feature artist. I just know that his label couldn't find a verse of his that had this type of sound. But with that being said, no one can say that X wouldn't have made a song like this when he was alive, considering we have I Don't Even Speak Spanish LOL. This type of music is not really what I listen to, so although Movado and Tori actually sounded clean, and I do believe that the song sounds better than all of the tracks I had in the mid tier, still, you can keep this.
Spend years at the crib, so I don't feel the pain no more. I don't feel the pain no more.
My opinion on this song has not changed ever since my Am I Sleeping video. I get why people like this song. It's a good track, like top 5 songs X has ever made, but Joey Badass is not that entertaining on here for me, and he drags the song down. I also didn't realize just how offended people get when you call a song they love boring. I've had people say, bro, I can't believe you think Infinity is a weak song. I'm like, I never said it was bad or weak. It's one of X's best tracks. It's just a little boring to me. Nah, bro, what you mean it's boring? That shit fire. I'd be like, all right, my nigga, you gotta relax. Like, it really bothers some people that although I'm saying it's a nice track and I get why y'all think it's dope, y'all be bothered that I don't like it. And that's kind of sad to me that y'all act that way.
Outro, outro, alto.